Fans of the Horus Heresy, thank you very much for joining me for a weekly channel update video. So, welcome back. I hope you've. It's been a busy week. I think I got all the videos posted that I said I was going to do. So I hope you've enjoyed watching those. I managed to get a couple of bonuses in as well, such as the Is Ortec More a Thunder Warrior review, which I kind of. When that hit me, I just thought, oh, that's a great idea. I'll share it straight away. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed all that. So I've got a list to go through here of what I've got planned this coming week. But before I do that, I'd just like to welcome all the new subscribers who've subscribed over the course of the last week. So yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate you doing that. And also I'd like to say thank you very much to all those of you who have been viewing the videos. I've had loads more interest this week, and I really appreciate that. I'm glad you're finding them interesting, and yeah, big thanks to you all for joining me. So yes, thank you. Right, so let's go through this week. So what have I got planned for this week? So starting off with model rules and tactics reviews. Following the delay with the Triaros armoured conveyor, I went digging around in my box of unbuilt stuff, and I found this fella here, the Krios Venator. I finally bit the bullet and finished assembling that, and I'm going to do a review on that. And in that review, I'm going to pose a question: could Stuart Williamson make the Krios tank any weirder? Secondly, depending on time this week, this bag of parts here is the replacement bits for the Triaros to replace all those that were miscast and faulty. Well done to Forge World's customer service team for getting that sorted prompt. If I get the time, I will assemble the Krios, because I think it's going to be a pretty straightforward build, and I'll get that up for a model and a rules review as well. Right, lots of boxes. So I've got a couple of unboxing videos that I hope you'll find interesting. Firstly, on the right, we have, as has been cunningly written on the box by the person at Forge World before I pick this up, we have a out-of-the-box review of the Thunderhawk gunship for the Space Marines. The Thunderhawk is arguably the signature super heavy vehicle for the Space Marines, and certainly embodies their rapid strike elite force approach more than perhaps any other vehicle. So yes, that will be a fun and a big review as well. And then I've got a second out the pack review on the left hand side. I picked up a final vehicle for the Iron Hands, which is a Mark 1C Demos pattern Rhino. So that's almost a bit of a retro hammer review, that, because the Demos pattern Rhino is an old design that's been brought back. So yeah, we'll take a look at that. Moving on to retro hammer. So I spent a bit of time talking about particularly Space Marine armor, the earlier marks, and what the origins were of that. But more than if you've been playing 40k for the last 25 years, if you look at a Space Marine in a picture or on a piece of art, chances are you're looking at a Space Marine who's wearing what came to be known as Mark 7 Aquila armour. Now, Mark 7 Aquila armour has not always been around, and it was actually quite late on the scene as far as marine armour goes. So, I can remember when Mark 7 came out, and I can also remember the models that came out before it. And it all started with these guys here, which were, managed to get hold of an original pack there, which were called the Death Eagles. From 1989. So yeah, we'll do an out of the pack and a retro hammer on the origins of Mark 7 armour. Yeah, so those are the that's what I've got planned for this week. Things on the burner. So these are probably looking 2 weeks on. Firstly is a book review of Horus Heresy Book 1 Betrayal. It's going to take but that'll be an interesting look at that first book. Obviously the start of the whole Horus Heresy line as we know it now. I'm planning a a model and a tactics review of the Castellax Battle Automata for the Mechanicum, their signature unit. And then also working on the game lore write-up of the Great Crusade Micro campaign. We've got one game left to play in that, and then we'll write that up into a mini story, which I'll narrate to you guys. That's what's planned at the moment. Got one more thing I'd just like to show you this week, and this isn't something I have to review yet. It's not something I have to review yet, but it's a product that just made an appearance on Games Workshop's webpage, and you've probably gathered that I've got a bit of a soft spot for the early period of 40k. But this week, or a few days ago, this went on pre-order. The Index Imperialis Apocrypha, and this is a collection of early White Dwarf articles, probably dating around the period of White Dwarf 95, probably through to maybe about 125, 130, that sort of era. What I consider to be the Rogue Trader era. I was really excited to see that they're doing this, and this is following on from the Index Astartes or Index Space Marines Apocrypha that came out with the 30th anniversary miniature. So I've stuck that on order, and I think that's going to make a great bit of source material for doing videos for you guys when I get it. So hopefully get something on that in the new year. Anyway, so I hope there's something to whet your appetite there and catch your interest. As usual, if you've got any suggestions or ideas, please leave them in the comment of any video, or pop them in the comments of this video as well. So look forward to catching you. Thanks very much for listening. I'll speak to you next time, and goodbye.